All right, so I have routed the belts, and here is the printed X carriage. It actually comes in two parts. There's this part that you see here, and behind the belts is a plastic rectangular plate that basically presses the belts into the front of the plastic part. And so you're going to mount, I recommend starting with your belts with the bottom belt cinched into the left, and you can just see the tip of the belt down there. There's no slack on this side. But then the top belt, we start on the opposite side and we give it a bit of slack because we're going to use this slack to pull both belts tight once we're done. But for now, you just want to route the belts loosely because we haven't yet installed the gantry motors, and we want to be able to slide the gantry motors in, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's look at the bottom belt first. So the bottom belt is tight here, runs around this bearing stack, and then comes forward all the way to this motor mount. And I'm leaving a loop because it basically loops around what will be the motor pulley. The motor pulley is going to sit up in here in the middle of this loop. So when you install the motor, and I like to mount my motors on the bottom, the motor with the pulley is going to slide in the middle of this loop, and then the other end of the loop goes out here on the other side and then back all the way to the back. And then on the back side, I'm gonna get up and move. Sorry for the motion in this video, but hopefully no one gets motion sickness. The back side on this one, it actually routes, this is the bottom belt we're looking at, so it routes into this tooth diddler. And then from the tooth diddler, it comes out and goes all the way across to here. And then over here, again, we have a loose loop because once again, the other motor with the pulley on the bottom is going to slide in the middle here. So imagine we're going to pull that belt tight around the pulley on the motor. And then around to the front. This one comes around to the front, and from the front it goes right into the other side of the carriage. I haven't pulled it tight yet because I have to tighten it after I put the motors in place, but you get the idea. So the top belt does the same thing but in reverse. By the time we're done with the bottom belt, this slack, I should have about as much slack on the bottom belt here as I do on the top, more or less. And the top belt does the same thing, but in reverse. Now I'm starting with the slack end, and then I'm routing just basically the same path in reverse. But again, with this one, the top belt feeds into here, and we're gonna, again, have that motor pulley kind of in that loop. Back around to the other side, and then into the tool head over here. So that is the belt path. I didn't get into too much detail because, quite honestly, routing the belts while filming with the camera is next to impossible. At least unless I have like a head-mounted camera or something, which I don't currently have. So I routed them ahead of time loose, but I just wanted to show you how that's done. So we leave a loose loop around each of the motors, so that motor assemblies, so that you can basically slot your motors in there. So I'm next going to mount the 4 motors to the gantry, and then we're going to look at pulling the belts tight. See you in the next video.